When I look at you, I don't just see a person. I see unlimited potential hidden behind doubt, fear, and hesitation. I see someone who has been told, you can't, you're not enough, you'll never make it, and deep down those words cut into your soul. But listen to me right now. Those voices are lying. The world doesn't decide your worth, you do. Every second you hesitate, every excuse you make is another chain you wrap around your own future. But the moment you decide to break free, the second you choose to believe in yourself, you become unstoppable. Life doesn't reward the hesitant, it rewards the relentless. You will be broken, you will be tested, and you will be pushed to the edge, but that's exactly where greatness is born. You've got to stop waiting for permission and start giving yourself orders. You must wake up and fight for the life you deserve because nobody else is going to hand it to you. Believe in yourself so deeply that even failure bows to your persistence, so fiercely that people around you have no choice but to believe in you too. Self-belief is the foundation of unstoppable confidence because without it, nothing else matters. You can have talent, resources, opportunities, even support from others, but if you don't believe in yourself, you will never take the kind of bold actions required to transform your life. Confidence is not something that magically appears out of thin air. It's built, brick by brick, on the back of belief. The people who dominate in every area of life aren't always the smartest, the strongest, or the most skilled. They are the ones who decided that no matter the odds, no matter the failures, they were going to back themselves completely. When you believe in yourself, you create an inner fire that cannot be extinguished by rejection, criticism, or failure. Most people fail not because they lacked talent, but because they lacked the courage to trust their own potential. Think about it. How many times have you seen someone with extraordinary abilities crumble because they didn't think they were ready or good enough? The truth is, there will never be a perfect time, and you will never feel completely prepared. Self-belief is the force that allows you to leap even when you're scared, to speak even when your voice shakes, to try even when the world doubts you. That leap is what builds confidence. Every time you prove yourself right, every time you push through fear and take action, your confidence multiplies. It's not arrogance, it's not blind optimism. It's the unshakable trust that you can figure it out, survive the setbacks, and rise above. Confidence doesn't come from people praising you. It comes from you doing the hard things you thought you couldn't do. Self-belief gives you the audacity to keep moving forward when everything screams at you to quit. That's why so many people give up. They rely on outside validation to keep them going. But if your belief is rooted internally, no external storm can break you. The world may laugh at you. Doors may slam in your face. People may say you're crazy. But if you believe in yourself, those same people will one day ask how you did it. Confidence built on self-belief is untouchable because it isn't dependent on circumstances. It's born within. When you operate from self-belief, you unlock resilience. Life is going to hit you harder than you ever imagined. Failures, betrayals, heartbreak, financial struggles, endless obstacles. Without belief, those blows will destroy you. With belief, those blows forge you into steel. You stop seeing problems as punishments and start seeing them as training, as opportunities to prove your strength. Confidence becomes unshakable because it is tested again and again, and yet you rise. You no longer ask, can I do this? You declare, I will do this. And that shift alone changes everything. Belief in yourself also creates a magnetic energy that others can feel. People are drawn to confidence because deep down they wish they had it themselves. If you walk into a room with conviction, with certainty in your voice and purpose in your steps, others can't help but pay attention. Opportunities flow toward those who believe in themselves, not because they're lucky, but because the world rewards certainty. People invest in leaders, in visionaries, in individuals who project confidence, and that confidence always starts with the choice to believe in yourself even before the results appear. But let's be honest, believing in yourself isn't always easy. There will be times when you question everything, when failures pile up, when nothing seems to work. In those moments, your mind will whisper, maybe you're not good enough. Maybe this isn't for you. That's the battlefield where self-belief matters most. You must fight back with persistence, with action, with discipline. Confidence isn't about pretending you have no doubts. It's about moving forward despite the doubt. It's about proving to yourself again and again that you can handle more than you thought possible. That repetition, that persistence, builds an inner certainty no one can shake. Self-belief transforms fear into fuel. When you doubt yourself, fear paralyzes you. But when you believe in yourself, fear becomes energy, excitement, the spark that pushes you to rise to the occasion. Confidence is simply fear redirected into action. That's why the most successful people often say they feel fear too. They just refuse to let it control them. They trust themselves enough to take the leap, knowing that no matter the outcome, they will land on their feet. Believing in yourself doesn't mean you will never fail. In fact, you will fail more because you will attempt more. But confidence isn't about avoiding failure. It's about refusing to let failure define you. Every setback is a stepping stone, every mistake a lesson, every obstacle an opportunity to sharpen your edge. If you hold on to belief through all of it, you will become unstoppable, not because life gets easier, but because you get stronger. At the end of the day, the world will try to make you doubt yourself. Society conditioned you to play small, to wait for approval, to follow the crowd. But those who achieve greatness, those who inspire generations, are the ones who broke free from that trap and chose to back themselves completely. Self-belief is not optional if you want to rise above mediocrity. It is the foundation upon which confidence, resilience, and success are built. If you truly want to change your life, start with this unshakable truth. You already have what it takes. Every doubt, every fear, every limitation is an illusion. Believe in yourself relentlessly, act with confidence, and refuse to quit, because once you decide to believe in yourself, nothing and no one on this planet can stop you. Relentless action turns dreams into reality because no vision, no goal, no dream has ever been achieved by wishful thinking alone. Everyone has dreams. Everyone has desires burning deep inside their soul. But dreams without action are nothing more than fantasies. What separates the few who rise from the many who remain stuck is not luck, not talent, not perfect timing. It is relentless, consistent, determined action. The kind of action that doesn't stop when it gets hard, that doesn't pause when it gets uncomfortable, and that doesn't quit when it doesn't immediately see results. Action is the bridge between the world in your mind and the life you want to live. Every single breakthrough, every success story, every empire that has ever been built was born from someone who refused to stop moving forward no matter what. The brutal truth is that most people fail not because they didn't have a dream, but because they didn't have the discipline to pursue it daily. They wait for motivation. They wait for inspiration. They wait for the perfect moment. But perfection never comes. The people who win in life are the ones who take messy, imperfect action over and over until progress is undeniable. They don't wait until they feel ready. They move before they're ready and adjust along the way. Relentless action doesn't mean you always know what you're doing. It means you're committed enough to learn, adapt, and grow while doing. And in that process, confidence, skill, and mastery are forged. Think of relentless action like water cutting through stone. A single drop seems insignificant, but over time, through persistence, it carves a path that nothing can resist. One small action, repeated consistently, becomes unstoppable momentum. Dreams feel overwhelming when you look at them as a whole, but when you break them down into daily, relentless actions, they become achievable. The gym session today, the book read tonight, the business call made tomorrow. Each step feels small, but together they build the future. Success is not one giant leap, it is 1,000 relentless steps. Taken when no one is watching, when no one is cheering, when no one even believes in you. Relentless action is also the ultimate weapon against fear and doubt. Fear paralyzes those who stand still, but action dissolves fear. When you move forward, even if imperfectly, your brain shifts from overthinking to problem solving. Suddenly, fear shrinks because momentum takes over. Doubt thrives in silence and hesitation, but it suffocates when you drown it out with relentless effort. The truth is, clarity is not something you find before acting. It is something you gain through action. Every step forward teaches you more than endless hours of planning ever could. There will be pain in this process. There will be days where your efforts seem invisible, where the results don't come, where the world feels blind to your hard work. That's where most people quit. But relentless action means pushing forward regardless of visible results, because you understand that success is delayed, not denied. Seeds don't sprout the same day they're planted. You water them, nurture them, protect them, and only after consistent effort do you see life break through the soil. The same is true for your dreams. Relentless action is the watering process that ensures those dreams eventually grow into reality. This kind of persistence also builds character. Each time you act when it's hard, you strengthen your discipline. Each time you push forward through fatigue, you expand your limits. Each time you choose progress over comfort, you redefine who you are. Relentless action doesn't just create results, it creates a new version of you, someone tougher, sharper, more unshakable. And when your identity shifts into someone who takes action no matter what, success becomes inevitable. It's not about if anymore, it's only about when. Understand this, the world owes you nothing. Your dreams are your responsibility, and nobody is coming to save you. Waiting for someone to hand you the life you want is the fastest way to die with regret. The ones who win are those who take radical ownership and say, if it is to be, it's up to me. They move with urgency, not excuses. They act relentlessly because they know time is the one resource they can never get back. Every day you delay is a day you'll never see again. Relentless action also inspires others. When people see your consistency, your drive, your refusal to quit, they can't help but respect it. Even if they doubted you at first, your persistence forces them to recognize your commitment. Eventually, doors open, not because you waited, but because your relentless knocking made them impossible to ignore. Action creates opportunities that dreaming alone never will. At the end of the day, relentless action is freedom. It means you no longer live trapped in the what if of someday. You no longer fantasize without results. You take control of your destiny by showing up day after day, no matter how you feel. And when you finally stand in the life you built, when your dream becomes reality, you will know it wasn't magic, it wasn't luck, it was relentless action. That truth alone is more powerful than anything else, because it proves to you and the world that nothing is impossible for the one who refuses to stop moving forward. Pain and struggle are fuel, not obstacles, because they are the very elements that sharpen your edge, build your strength, and forge your character into something indestructible. Every single person who has ever achieved greatness has walked through storms, endured sleepless nights, faced rejection, and battled self-doubt. The difference between those who rise and those who collapse is how they interpret pain. The weak see pain as a barrier, the strong see it as a teacher. The weak run from struggle, the strong use it as a stepping stone. Life will never hand you an easy road, because an easy road produces fragile people. Struggle molds you, it chisels you, it burns away the weakness that keeps you from your potential. Without pain, you remain soft. Without struggle, you remain untested. And anything untested is unworthy of true greatness. When you begin to see pain not as punishment but as preparation, everything changes. The failures you've endured, the heartbreaks you've suffered, the betrayals you've felt, they weren't there to destroy you, they were there to refine you. Fire doesn't destroy gold, it purifies it. In the same way, your pain is the fire that purifies your spirit. Every time you've been knocked down and forced to rise again, you grew stronger. Every tear you shed hardened your resolve. Every closed door redirected you to a new path that you wouldn't have seen otherwise. Struggle isn't your enemy, it's your greatest ally in the pursuit of becoming who you are meant to be. The truth is, most people spend their lives running from pain. They hide from discomfort, they avoid challenge, they choose the easy road, and in doing so, they also run from growth. Pain is where progress hides. Think of your body. When you push your muscles in the gym, they tear and ache, but only through that pain do they grow stronger. Your mind and spirit are no different. If you protect yourself from every struggle, you remain small, fragile, and unprepared for life's inevitable battles. But when you embrace pain, when you willingly walk into struggle, you cultivate resilience that no force on earth can shatter. Pain is also the greatest motivator. The darkest moments of your life, the times you felt broken, the times you swore you couldn't take another step, those are the moments that ignite a fire in your soul if you let them. Some of the most successful, powerful, and influential people on this planet didn't succeed in spite of their pain. They succeeded because of it. They took every scar, every failure, every rejection, and they transformed it into energy, drive, and determination. They didn't say, this is the end. They said, watch me turn this into my beginning. Pain gives you perspective, it reminds you of what you never want to go back to, and it fuels you to fight for a better future. Struggle also exposes who you really are. Anyone can smile when life is easy. Anyone can stay positive when things go their way, but who are you when everything falls apart? Who are you when the world turns its back on you, when the money runs out, when the people you trusted betray you, when nothing seems to work? That's when your true character is revealed. Struggle strips away the mask and it shows you the raw truth about yourself. If you embrace that truth, if you face it head on, you become unstoppable. Because once you've walked through fire and survived, you no longer fear the flames. Understand this, pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. You can choose to let pain break you, or you can choose to let it fuel you. You can choose to wallow in struggle, or you can choose to extract lessons and turn them into power. Every obstacle you face is an invitation to rise higher. Every hardship is a chance to prove your strength. Life is not meant to be comfortable. It is meant to challenge you so you can unlock the full force of your potential. The most beautiful victories are born from the ugliest battles. When you adopt this mindset, you stop running from pain and start running toward it. You welcome the struggle because you know it's sculpting you into the version of yourself capable of handling the life you dream of. You stop asking, why me? And start declaring, try me. You no longer see failure as the end, but as a lesson. You no longer see rejection as humiliation, but as redirection. You no longer see heartbreak as loss, but as a chance to discover your own strength. Pain becomes the raw energy that pushes you forward, and struggle becomes the forge where your greatness is created. At the end of the day, life will not spit spare you from struggle. Pain will find you whether you want it or not. But the ones who rise, the ones who build legacies, the ones who achieve the impossible, are those who decide that pain will not break them, it will build them. They understand that the struggle they endure today is the fuel that powers their triumph tomorrow. And when they finally reach their peak, when they finally taste victory, it's not the easy moments they remember. It's the pain that made the victory worth it. So embrace it. Don't fear the struggle. Don't resist the pain. Take it, use it, and let it sharpen you into someone unstoppable. Because the truth is simple. Pain and struggle are not obstacles in your path. They are the path. They are the fuel that will carry you through the darkness and into the light of your greatest achievements. And now I leave you with this truth. Life is not waiting for you. It is happening right now. The clock does not pause for your doubts, your excuses, or your hesitation. You have a choice to live in fear or to rise with belief, action, and courage. Believe in yourself with every fiber of your being, because when the world tells you no, your self-belief will scream yes. Take relentless action every single day, because no dream will build itself. Only your sweat, persistence, and consistency can make it real. And when the storms come, when pain and struggle press against you, don't shrink, don't retreat. Use that pain as fuel. Let it sharpen your resolve. Let it harden your spirit. Let it remind you that greatness is never given. It is earned. You are not here to live average. You are not here to simply exist. You are here to dominate, to rise, to inspire, and to leave a mark so deep that the world cannot ignore it. Your future self is watching you right now, begging you to move, to fight, to believe. So stand tall, step forward, and take control. Because your time is not tomorrow. It is now.